Hi, Daddy.
What's going
Hi,
on,
You got a
everybody.
Tyler?
toboggan on? Have you got a
Everybody.
Do you have a toboggan on?
No.
She has a cap on.
Do I go outside willingly in the white stuff? No.
I don't blame you. I don't know why you still live up there in that
I
front
just had to.
hell.
I told my son, oh gosh, because he's going to be a whiner this show. uh, I told my son he's got to shovel the front of the driveway because I had I paid the guy off in coffee the other day to plow my driveway, and he did it yesterday while I was at work still. And but then road commission came by and threw all the snow from the road to the driveway.
Of course they
Like,
did.
it's like, come on. So yeah, they should have to like scoop it back up and take it down the road with them, But yeah, they don't do that. I said UI and Beth is driving to work. To work, I'm assuming. Uh, and there's Craig and Hank. Thank you guys for coming. I just got up like 30 minutes ago. Like, yeah, it's been a morning. It's gonna be a good day though. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff done because I didn't get hardly crap yesterday. I did my minimum yesterday, which is 4, so I got that done. But I didn't do anything else. I didn't get any like today. I got to get some cleaning done. I gotta clean out the refrigerator and get some organization going. Oh my gosh, Mike went
Quit your damn
super
whining,
slow.
Mike. Excuse me, Sally.
Oh, that's okay.
I said, quit your damn whining, Mike.
We went down to freezing last night.
Oh,
Pretty chilly morning in Texas.
okay.
Uh,
I know it's chilly for y'all. Hi, Kelly and Texas Val. Good morning, Mike. How are you guys?
the town we used to live in, the city would, if it was real heavy snow, they would get out with their front end loader and push snow off the streets.
That's a good
And
idea. I mean, it's the same difference.
yeah, but I was pretty good friends with all the city guys, and so they're in front of my house scooping snow out, and I threw a snowball at the cab of the front end loader, and so he filled up a big old scoop of snow in his. Good grief, that's cold.
Yeah.
He filled up a scoop of snow in his front end loader and buried my pickup
Oh my gosh.
with snow. I had to get a shovel and dig my truck out.
Yeah, 13 here. The wind was just horrid yesterday. And when let's see, it was at like 2 o'clock. I took Jonah's girlfriend Holly up to the store, and it was like near blizzard conditions. Oh, it's 34. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's already started to warm up. It was down to like 30.
Well,
So
it must have been like a cold wind that came in and it
yeah,
killed everything.
you remember I told you yesterday we were getting a big wind, and it was a
Hmm.
pretty strong cold front that came through.
Yeah.
It was windy all day long yesterday.
Yeah, it was here too yesterday. It was pretty cold. Um,
So we got Texas Val, we got Beth, we got Cindy, we got Craig, we got Mike.
Oh,
We got Kelly,
I was so stiff yesterday.
Cindy.
I had to get out the good stuff. I was like so freaking stiff. I sat here for, I think it was like 30 minutes or something, and it was like all my joints just froze because I shoveled snow the night before. So, and it was a heavy snow, so it was like getting a really good workout. Getting a really good workout that you didn't want to get. So, yeah.
Gwen's
So,
car had a flat on it yesterday, so I had
oh
to
no.
get out and jack up her car and take off a tire. That's getting harder now that I'm getting older.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Pain in the,
But you still did it. That's good.
yeah. It's a ruined tire though. It's gonna be a $200 tire.
Huh?
$200 tire.
Why is it so expensive?
Because that's how much they are for a
Oh my God.
tire, I guess. I could probably
Oh,
go to Discount Tire, but it's 35 miles away, and I don't, don't
yeah.
want to waste the time going over there.
Wow. Kelly said that her new car didn't even come with a spare tire. Hey there, Liz. How you doing
Not
today?
even the donut kind. At least this one has a donut, but we didn't need to use it. I just changed out through her tire in the back of the pickup, and I took it down to the
I mean, there was probably another tire that you could have went
tire
with that was
place.
a lower brand, right?
Yeah, I could have gotten a crappy tire, but
No, not
oh,
even crappy, like a good tire, but just a lower, like an off brand of not the one you have, not the ones you already have, but some other brand. You just don't want your tires to be different brands. Is that what it is?
no, I don't think they can get the same brand.
Oh,
These were still original equipment. Toyota. It's only got like 28,000 miles on it, so these are still the original tires that came from the factory.
yeah. Well, I know the tires are expensive, Texas Val. I, I just seem to
Yeah.
find a way around it. I don't know how, but I do. Um,
Well, it was gonna be like, I think the tire is only like 150, but then balance and rotate and install it and stuff.
mm,
Taxes.
yeah, and it wasn't repairable.
No, um,
Or
no,
do
the
you know?
side. I think uh, Gwen went to pick her mom up in Shreveport,
Mm-hmm.
and she must have gotten a flat on the way home, but it stayed up just enough, I guess. She didn't even
Oh,
notice it was going to be going flat. So it broke down the sidewalls on the inside of the tires, so
what the
it wasn't
hell?
it wasn't just pull a nail out and patch it.
Right, right. Um, Buzz said after 18 hours yesterday, we got the kitten out of my car engine. Holy smokes.
Wow. Why do cats do that?
I don't know.
I had a mama cat take her babies up
Ugh,
by the transmission in my pickup,
oh my gosh.
and I took my packages to the post office, and when I got out, I hear meow, meow, meow. I'm like, what? What? That's coming from my truck.
It's purred like a kitten. For
I said,
sure.
well, I guess if those are those kittens, then they'll stay there, and I'll go ahead and drive home real slow. And I got home and I dug them out. I had to crawl under my pickup and reach up in there.
Yeah.
Stupid. That mama cat was just stupid.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Liz says, just flick one of those gold coins at them and roll them out, Silver Hair.
Yeah. Shoot.
Keep them coming. Good morning, Karen. Liz says, when I was a kid, my cat had kittens in our landlord's boat. Guess when we found out? Lol. Probably when we were on the water.
That same cat raised a litter up on top of our roof.
Wow.
There's kind of a one spot where the one part of the roof overhangs the other about a foot, and she got up underneath that 1 foot overhang.
My gosh.
She had to crawl up a tree to get on the roof, and then she had kittens. I don't know how she got them down. She got them down eventually.
I don't know why cats make it so hard on themselves. Kelly said that she could buy a spare tire kit. It comes with a jack for her Nero, for $100 or $190. That's pretty all right deal if you get a jack and all that.
What's a
Lord have
Nero?
mercy.
Is that a
That's
car
right.
brand?
That was
Niro?
Grams, my mother.
Oh, the real boss.
She just wanted to talk this morning.
Yeah, that's good though.
Kelly, what is an Niro? Niro?
Nero, it's a car.
Is it really?
It's a oh gosh, a Kia. I think that's what she said. A Kia.
Oh, it's a model of Kia. Okay.
Yeah, Kia, Nero or
You know,
Niro.
so many of these cars don't come with spares now. They have inflator kits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean that's the way they come from the dealer. Um,
Instead of a spare tire, huh?
yeah, I'm just wondering what the hell you're supposed to do if you're out on like I-77 between Charlotte and Columbia, out in the middle of damn nowhere, and you decide to shred a tire. That inflator kit is not going to do too much good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow. Mike said he was wondering, so he looked, and alpaca, the Mexican silver that we were talking about yesterday, and German silver are 60% copper, 20% nickel, and 20% zinc.
Yeah, I don't remember where I learned that, but I've known it for probably 5 years.
Huh. Morning, Mr. Sadie.
But yeah, it'll fool you because it looks like silver, and
Yeah,
it's
and it
not.
does.
I don't think it's magnetic either. So
You know what? I didn't even check, to tell you the truth. I don't think I even checked.
it does have a little bit different look than
Mine looks
regular
like
silver.
mine looks like it looks like silver, or it feels like silver. Really, really good too. Like that's one thing that I noticed. I was feeling it because I was looking for the maker's mark and all that, and then I was actually looking for a 925 stamp on it, and I couldn't find one. And I was like, what the heck? I said, because it feels like it, just the material, how it kind of feels like, it just feels like it's a weaker, you know, material.
Yeah.
And, kind of like, I don't know, not greasy, but kind of, kind of like a greasy, I don't know, a greasy metal feel.
Yeah, it's a little bit different if you compare. But I mean, if you're just looking at him from a little ways
Yeah.
off, it looks a lot like silver. And they make a lot of their traditional jewelry designs out of alpaca silver that they
That's cool.
would do in regular silver, and so
I can never show stuff good to this camera.
yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah, and then there's matching earrings with that.
I mean,
And
it should still sell, but
oh yeah,
just don't expect it to go for silver price.
right.
Can we rewind for just a minute? The last thing I said, I was about to say before the phone rang from my mother. Mike was bitching because it's going to be 80 degrees in Florida today.
Non-magnetic.
Sally probably says, "Kiss my ass," because it's got snow on the ground up there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the other alloys, Mike listed them up there that are in the other metals that make up alpaca metal is not magnetic either.
oh right, because they're actually like precious metals too. With
Yeah, it's like any modern coin
yeah,
is made out of zinc, and zinc is one of the metals he says. And see, a dime is not magnetic.
yeah.
Um,
That's so weird though.
86 tomorrow.
That's what I listed yesterday was jewelry. I figured I'm gonna get after it because I have a lot of jewelry.
Sadie
Yeah,
wants to
me
move
and
to
you
Florida.
both, Mr. Sadie. Come on to North Carolina.
Do I?
Everybody's going there. Everybody's going there out here.
To where? Florida?
No, North Carolina. Oh, really? Texas Val. I think. I mean, I really think they're pretty, and I nearly kept that set that I bought. It was priced for $15, and I got it for $5.50 at the thrift store
Good morning, Julie.
because they were having a jewelry sale. Hi, Julie. Good
Is
to
that
see
your
you,
niece,
girl.
Julie?
That's
Is that your niece, Julie?
my niece. Yeah, yeah. How's the moving going, Julie? I know that you're right in the freaking start of it.
Me and Texas Val, we're lifers for Texas.
Well, I just moved back and forth across the border between North Carolina and South Carolina. It's all the same here.
Yeah, Texas Val. You have to stay where you're at because of your name. It's Texas Val. It's not going to be North Carolina Val because we already had one of those.
Is there a North Carolina Val? Oh, your sister. Okay. Duh. I got to get used to that.
Yeah. Hi, Roxy. Is that Roxy? That's
Roxy.
Roxy. Yeah. Hi, Roxy Kitty.
Hey, Miss Sally.
Julie says packing like crazy, but good. That's good. I mean, I know it's hard.
No, she has 3 kids or the 2 kids?
She has 2 kids.
Okay. So she still got as much crap to pack.
I mean, man, I can't even think about how I moved with kids so young and, doing it by yourself. And
Well,
I
the
mean, you
good
got,
news is they're not moving 1,000 miles away, are they? They're just several miles from their new place.
yeah.
That's good that they don't have to move very far.
Well, I don't know. I think it's a little trek, isn't it? I think they're moving closer to it's yeah, it's like an hour. Yeah. And it's in the hills. It's in the mountains.
Hopefully not where they have all the brush fires and all that kind of stuff.
No, they're up north, so
Are they
I
like
mean,
San
there's
Francisco north
up
or
there, but
like San Francisco north or
yeah,
okay.
but towards the mountains.
Okay. So you like go up towards San
Yeah,
Francisco.
closer to Reno.
Oh,
Like
okay.
like towards like if you look at the map, they're like right there in the same vicinity as
Okay.
Reno. I'm not thinking Reno. I'm trying to think of something else that it's close to. It's like a vacation place. Where did you get married? I think it's where she got married. Uh, yeah, Hank's in Florida. Mike says they're using car carriers to bring U-Haul trucks back up north.
South
Really?
Lake. Oh, Lake Tahoe. Oh, she's moving up to the high rent district.
Well, dang
Yeah,
it.
Tahoe is what I was trying to think of.
I just got a message from Medical Mart by mail. We're out of stock of the boxes you ordered. We can substitute a different size.
Boxes for who?
Oh, there's a company that sells boxes called Medical Mart by mail.
Oh.
And I ordered some 20 by 12 by 6 to put VCRs and DVD players in. But they just sent me a message. Oh, we're out of stock. We're sorry. We can either cancel your order or substitute a bigger size. I was like, I don't know if I want a bigger size. So I may just let them hang so they get a ding on their account.
Right. Oh, you got them from eBay?
Yeah. A lot of people have used that company.
Yeah.
I remember Dusty getting some boxes from them.
Yeah.
Who else got boxes from them?
Right.
Y'all ever heard of that company, Medical Mart? I mean, they're one of the big box suppliers on eBay.
I heard Dusty talk about it.
I've never heard. I mean, when me and Dusty were buddy, he talked about using U-Ship a lot, or what is it called?
Uline.
Uline?
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Wait, yeah, Uline. I think that's what it was.
Well, when I need supplies, I just go on and.
Him and Jason were
I mean,
ordering.
a box is a box. I try to go on and just get the cheapest ones I can find on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never tried. I don't have a problem getting boxes, but if I need something that's huge, I'll usually just go get something from Home Depot or they're comparable. The prices are comparable.
But
Home Depot or Walmart boxes, and they have
Home Depot and Lowe's. They have like the shipping size boxes, so 20 by 12 by 6 is pretty specific. That's kind of a not a very tall box.
Yeah.
So they don't have that size at Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yeah, Julie says the farther away from San Francisco, the better. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely doing that because you're pretty much how do I say this? You're living in California, but it's almost like you're trying to escape
Yeah.
escape the whole California life, because everybody that's not in California and has never been to California thinks that you're in Hollywood. Like no matter where you go in California, you're in Hollywood.
Unless you
Okay.
get around, unless
Oh,
you get up to
God.
San Francisco, then everything's Napa Valley.
Yeah. Yeah.
In 1980, my best friend in high school went to work for IBM, and he was sent to the San Francisco office. He and his wife and a couple of his other friends, they sailed their sailboat around
Chile.
from South Carolina all the way around through the Panama Canal up to San Francisco.
That's so
He lived
cool.
on his sailboat the 3 years he was out there, and because it was cheaper to get the slip than it was to rent an apartment, because his wife was a surgeon here in Charlotte, so she had to she stayed out here and they just flew back and forth. And I mean, that's, like I said, it was just cheaper for him to live on his sailboat than it was to rent a place out there.
Yeah.
Why are they putting ass wipes on the floor next to the toilet? That's so gross.
Do what?
Mike says that like it's everywhere. It's getting worse and worse down here. There's like ass wipes on the floor next to the toilet. That's so gross. I swear to God, people do not know how to like pick up after themselves now. I mean, they shouldn't be putting that stuff on the floor.
Okay, this is old Tom speaking here. Okay,
Whole time.
old time, yeah, because I turned 64. I'm about to catch up with Bridget. Let's see if she's lurking out there. People have just lost all common sense.
Yeah,
They have just lost it.
yeah. They were having that problem at our store yesterday. Like somebody just kept going in there and pooping on the floor. And it's like, why are you doing that? So they put it out of order. Finally, they got tired of picking up after them, and it's like some people, they just are so gross.
Well, they had a problem with some over in the less desirable area of Charlotte. The homeless were moving in. They would go in there and stay all night.
No,
Especially
they
when
don't,
you got
they
to
don't do that in our bathroom because we check it frequently. We have to.
especially places like Love's Plaza, the trucking places where they have these huge bathrooms. They would just go in there and just stay all night long because
why not? That's a good idea. I mean, if you're transient and you don't have no place to stay, I mean, you probably couldn't take your shopping cart in there or anything like that, but you could probably take a bag or something and look like you're just gonna change your clothes or take a shower or whatever, and then just stay. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Mike, when we on your a comment on your comment, we
Liz.
went to Ukraine to get the twins. We had one day, I'm gonna call it free. We were getting paperwork together and stuff like that. We didn't have the boys, and so we went down to a big market and did some shopping, and with our translator. And while we were down there, Roberta had to go to the ladies' room, and so we were standing out. We were near educational complex, the government building for education. So he went over to the guard and he said, the lady would like to use the restroom. And so he said, sure, she can go in. And so he took her inside the building, which we were in the went in the lobby too. And then a lady guard took her down to where the ladies' rooms were. And it was basically porcelain floor with a hole in the bottom, a hole in the floor. And Roberta said she was so scared she's going to lose her balance because we're not used to those kind of things.
Oh my God.
So, and I'm talking about, this is like, there's marble and granite and all that kind of stuff all over this place. And, but that's the kind of bathrooms they had over there.
Liz says that Bucky's is a pleasure to pee in. Must have a really good bathroom.
Didn't they just opened up a new one of those down in Florida, didn't they? Like, it's like the largest one, or is it Georgia?
I don't know.
Those things are huge.
Yeah.
Not been to one. But it sounds like
Bucky's,
it should be a travel destination, the way the articles that come through Facebook.
Hello, Tara.
Bucky's has such big restrooms too that I don't think any of the toilets ever get dirty. I'm serious. You go into a men's room at Bucky's and there will be like 65 urinals. No kidding.
Dang.
That many.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Why so many?
Just they expect a big crowd.
I drove by
they get a
in
big
Georgia.
crowd.
It's huge.
I mean, are they going to use that many? Like, you know, like, are they ever busy enough to where they got 65 people trying to pee all at once?
Biggest and the best, I guess.
But
they're the world's largest truck stop or whatever.
No, they're not a truck stop. They don't allow trucks in there.
Well, I meant, whatever you want to call that. A
travel center.
A what?
A travel center.
Yeah, whatever. It's like the world's largest. I'm serious. The way the articles talk about on Facebook, it's a travel destination. We're going to Podunk, Florida this weekend. Why? Because there's a Bucky's there, you know? I mean, that's just the way they talk about, the articles talk about it, that people will drive 2 or 3 hours just to go there.
We're getting one in Kentucky.
Are you?
Yeah, but it's north of me. It's up by Richmond, which is like...
Are they going to have running water?
I don't know if I'd drive special there, but if I was going that way, I'd go. When I was coming home from Florida last year, I stopped to go to the bathroom. I wish I would have waited like 10 miles because I was 10 miles south of that big Bucky's that's in the middle of Georgia. I would have went just to go check it out. But anyway, whatever. It's the middle of the
night.
Yeah.
Now we have QTs here in Charlotte or in this area. I think it's gradually spreading out.
Quick Trip.
Quick Trip, yeah. It's not
the real Quick Trip. Yeah, that's with a K.
Yeah. They, from what I've been told, the management loses their mind if somebody complains about their bathroom being dirty.
Oh my God. You see Mr. Sadie said that, how his aim wasn't what it used to be? Okay, I'll tell a quick story. There was this country festival in Rylander, Wisconsin. It's the Hodag Fest, and Jim would go to it, especially if he was single and he'd get drunk. He goes, they don't have urinals. They have like a trough you pee in. Okay, I guess a trough, whatever. So Jim's like standing next to me. He goes, I got this 300-pound like biker looking guy next to me. He's got a leather vest on, no shirt, all tats, you know, whatever. No, nothing against the guy. He goes, the guy turns to me and says, I love Charlie Daniels, man. Except he was peeing when he turned and he pissed all over Jim's leg. Jim had shorts on. He goes, I just stood there. I'm like, yeah, man, Charlie Daniels is awesome. And he goes, then I walked over to the shower area and hosed off my leg and flip flops because he goes, the guy just peed all over his leg.
Oh my God.
He didn't do it on purpose. He's just so drunk he didn't realize he was pissing on somebody.
But why do you need to be so close to people when you pee?
But I suppose because it's a concert, I mean, you have like it's a trough. You're waiting in line to get to the trough, so it sounded like there was like 20 guys across all peeing in a trough.
That's so gross. I mean, like I don't know. Used to, I'd be like, you know what? Because I took care of old people, so I was like, whatever, like I
Well,
don't
that's
care
gonna
about
happen,
anything
yeah.
on me. I wouldn't wear gloves for like the longest time because I was like, it doesn't matter. I know how to wash my hands,
Yeah.
and but now it's like I I can't even I can't even go there because I don't have I if I smell something, I'm gonna throw up.
It's like when you have babies, though. Like when you change baby
Yeah,
diapers and you're in it, and it's like, okay, well, I'm changing baby diapers. If somebody handed me a baby and said, "Hey, change these shitty pants," I'd be like, "Oh, good grief!"
yeah.
Anyway,
You got to be a damn wimp. You got to the civilized country now of Kentucky. You just got to be spoiled brat.
yeah. Well, I ain't taking care of no babies no more. My 14-year-old doesn't need his poopy butt wiped off anymore
Yeah,
either.
thank goodness for that.
Wait till he brings one home.
Okay, well, I hope that ain't gonna be anytime soon. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what Roberta says too.
You hope, Tara. You
yeah.
hope.
No, we don't want that. He's only 14.
Well, and he looks like he's
He's
about
not.
16.
Yeah, but he's not dating any girls or nothing, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
You only can get to be a child once. You're a child right now yet. There's plenty of time to go find girls and mess around with them.
Oh yeah.
That's just it. You're only a child for 18 years.
Yeah.
That's giving you to the legal. You got a long time to do all the adult stuff.
Yeah.
Have a good time,
Mhm.
Yeah. And not that kind of good time.
Not that kind of good time. I'm talking about sitting in the damn dirt and playing with trucks or,
Well,
whatever. Be a
I
kid.
will say we are honest with them. I'll tell them. I say, like when you start thinking about dating or whatever, make sure you date a nice girl, date the right girl. Don't go messing
Yeah.
around with her. Because if something happens, even if you don't marry the girl, you're stuck with her now for the rest of your life for 18 years. Even if you're apart, you have to raise a kid together. You're going to
It's
pay
even
for a
more.
kid. Yeah, and you're
It's
going to have
even
to
more
deal with
than
the
18
person
years.
like when that child gets married or graduates or all that kind of stuff. You might not like this person, but now you always have to deal with them.
Listen,
Yeah.
a friend of mine is divorced and he's got 3 kids and they're grown kids. There's grandchildren involved in the situation now, but he's divorced from their mother. When his oldest child decided they were going to get married, he said, "Son," and he said, "I'll tell your sister the same thing. You get married and you have a child, you're stuck with that person the rest of your life."
Yeah.
Because you're going to be doing all the family things and grandkids come along, birthday parties and stuff like that. You're stuck with them, good, bad, or ugly. You're stuck with them.
Yeah.
I just think it's just easier to cowboy you up and stay with the way I got, than trying to start all over again.
Well, all I said to Brandon, I said, look what happened to Daddy with his first wife. I said, you got to be careful, who you end up getting pregnant.
Yeah.
And then he
For
made
sure.
me
It's like that they don't realize that, they think they do. They think they know everything that there is to know because they've heard it here or there, but they don't know. If I could apologize to my mom 10,000 times for not knowing when I thought I knew, yeah, I would.
Well, we all did that, because when you're 15, you know everything and you're in love
Oh,
with
I know.
somebody and whatever,
Yeah.
A neighbor I had, his son was in high school and he came home with one of these babies. It's basically a burlap bag with a little computer inside of it,
Oh, right.
with a timer, and it cries and all this kind of stuff. And he brought it home. His son brought it home because he had to keep him for a week. And so they went. My neighbor said, "Okay, we're going to do this like you're supposed to." So they went down to the Goodwill or whatnot, and they bought a car seat, and they bought a high chair, and so when they got in the car, they strapped the burlap bag in the car seat. That thing would start crying at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it would just get louder. It would get louder and louder and louder. And my neighbor's like, he'd go in there and say, "Son, you need to do something for that baby." Now, you didn't actually feed it, but you had to take it. It had a motion detector in it, so it could tell when it's being rocked and all this kind of stuff.
When we were in high school, we only had to take care of a stupid ass egg.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's not. Yes, you have to be gentle, but no, you're not really. Your life is not really.
Yeah, you didn't really have to do anything with
Right.
it.
Yeah, you just had to keep it from breaking.
So he wanted to go.
Now, if you want to really mess them up, give them a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
They had those things at the school where I used to teach, and the kids would have to put those babies inside of a backpack and carry it around on the football field on marching band practice with them because they couldn't leave it alone sitting in the band hall while we were outside.
But this thing went on for a week, and his son, by the time that week was over, he said, "Dad, what do you think about me finding me a boyfriend?" And he's like, "Okay, why?" He says, "Because I don't want to ever take a chance of ever having any kids."
Oh boy.
And those
taking it to
kids
the
had
extreme, but okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's a little bit to the extreme, son. You just need to keep it in your pants until you're ready for the commitment. Because he says, if you bring a child into this world, your mama is going to make sure it's being taken care of. Mm-hmm. And if it's not being taken care of, she's going to make your life hell.
Yeah.
So those kids, there was, they would have like a class of 20 kids, but only like 5 of those fake baby dolls.
Yeah.
So they took turns with the baby dolls, and the rest of the time they had to carry around a 5-pound bag of flour. So if anything happened to the bag of flour, they couldn't turn it in at the end and get a good grade, right? So they got creative and started putting duct tape and stuff around those bags of flour to keep them from
busting open.
Yeah, and then there were a bunch of kidnappings of those babies and holding for ransom and stuff like that.
Oh boy.
Maggie said that her son had to carry around a bag of flour for a month, and it was she was sweeping it up out of the corners years later after they threw it around like a football.
I mean, my neighbor was talking about. He said, that burlap bag was just like a baby. It would cry in the middle of the night. It would want to be walked. You could his son would walk up and down the hall of the house until it would finally quieten down.
Oh, these things those we had were those they were shaped like they were like dolls.
No, these were just burlap bags.
They had a computer in them, and the computer knew that you stuck something in its mouth to feed it, and
You were a perfect angel, Mr. Sadie.
I'm sure.
Lucifer was God's most handsome or beautiful angel too. When you see what happened with him.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
Carol's nobody's pregnant. We're just
talking about babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's got everything to do with reselling babies, dude.
Yeah.
It does. How many baby clothes and crap do you sell?
I don't know.
We never talk about reselling.
You what?
We never talk about reselling. It's not. We come here to get away from reselling.
Who the hell wants to talk about reselling? We live that.
I was at a thrift store, and this lady was just grabbing up all the baby clothes.
I mean, I don't sell baby clothes. I don't
She
even
I don't
know.
gets all the sizes, and when she's got like 20 or 30 pieces together, the same
Yeah, I
size,
mean, you could put them in lots or whatever.
a lot.
But you know how it is with baby clothes, because they end up getting baby food stains on them and stuff, and I just don't want to. I don't want to inventory that kind of stuff. I just don't want to do it.
I agree. The
My,
only thing I ever I think I have it listed now is it's actually alpaca material, and it goes for pretty good money. And I probably have it priced too high, but it's like the only baby thing that I have. So, but
I mean, yeah, if it was some kind of like high end thing or new or whatever, yeah, I mean then, but like just run of the mill baby clothes, I don't even look at them.
Yeah.
People get so many
up his game.
And the showers and stuff like that. Parents get so many pieces of clothing.
Yeah.
It's like my nephew's got a new baby girl. The other day I saw her with a t-shirt on, and it said something like it had like a couple of Bahamas looking drink glasses on it, and it said have fun in the Bahamas. And I said, when did you go to the Bahamas? He said, I didn't. He said, you bought that for me when I was a baby. He wore it a couple of times. His mom folded it up and put it in a dresser drawer.
Oh my gosh.
And but like I've got a sister-in-law, a nephew and niece that live in Myrtle Beach, and their infant child has probably got 400 outfits. The child will go from an infant to a 2T before they wear all the clothes.
Yeah, I think if I had kids now, I think I would buy clothing probably on Facebook Marketplace, because people usually let up a bunch of stuff altogether.
I did a lot of I did a lot of thrift store shopping when Brandon was small. I mean, you get stuff in good shape. And honestly, like Brandon's clothes, like right now, like I just went through his closet and he had stuff he doesn't wear, is too small for him. And I'll list it on eBay. Like he had a bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's like hoodie sweatshirts and that. I mean, yeah, they'll sell for like $13-15. I already own it, so what the hell? I'll sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I thought you were gonna say Jim started wearing them because Brandon looks like he's bigger than Jim.
They're about as tall as each other, but Jim still outweighs them. Brandon weighs 185 pounds, and I don't know. He's maybe like 3 inches shorter than Jim right now.
Wow.
Yeah, because I took him to the auction with me last night, and I'm standing next to him. I'm like, oh, God, now I'm the shortest one in the family. And I'm starting to look short next to him.
But
yeah, I'm sure.
Another thing that seems to be a trend with people with, like pre-toddlers is like my nephew I was just talking about. His wife has like 5 or 6 lady friends, and they all have little kids, and they just like shuffle clothes back and forth, between them.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy much last night, Tara?
I don't know, not a lot. I mean, I spent like $280. What did I buy? I bought some old antique hand planes. I bought these weird troll things that are made by an artist. I think they sold them in Gatlinburg or something like that. I bought some of those. They actually look like they do all right.
They look like they're made from wood,
They look like they're made from like broom whisks or something. They'll have like long beards and stuff, but they'll have like wood or moss on them, but also like they just look like they're whisks. I don't know how to describe them. It isn't horsehair, but it's like some kind of like broom whisk. It's like the artist name is Ken something, starts with an A. Anyway, I bought some of those. Let's see. I bought some other crap. Brandon bought some stuff, so he wanted this stack of yearbooks. I'm like, but he wanted them, so I let him buy them.
Is he still selling every once in a while?
Yeah, but now he wants to take. I'm gonna go and set him up his own bank account because he wants to have the money directly in his own bank account. And I think because now they're 14, I think my local bank here, he could open up a joint checking account with like me or Jim, and then he could have a debit card, and that's what he wants. So he hasn't been listing
Yeah.
much lately because he wants his money to go in his own account where he can have his own debit card.
Right.
Anyway,
That's
yeah, we
cool.
don't do those anymore, Mr. Sadie. We don't have time.
Yeah, they're so cute when they do it. They do their videos. Jim's out there doing the what's the girl's name that spins the letters on that game show? Vanna White.
Right.
Jim's out there doing Vanna White and Tara's behind the camera giving him instructions and correcting him.
He's
They're
sick as a
so
dog
cute.
right now. Brandon brought
Yeah.
home some cold, and now he's got it. He's really sick, and now he's out of the box truck because we got to meet that person that's driving from Texas to pick up that fireplace stereo console piece of furniture thing. So
Oh, right.
he wants to put a strap on it or whatever in the box truck to make sure it doesn't move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video when you guys had all those fake emergency recovery
Oh, I wish I could get
dummies on
more
your
of those.
trailer.
Recessa Annie's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all were so funny with them. Like,
I know.
she's dead, and then Jim would just kind of throw one down. And
Brandon coming in and out of there.
go
I
away,
was like,
Brandon.
yeah, there was times during your videos where you'd pause the video and it was like right after Brandon had walked through and said
Oh, yeah.
something and you got onto him. I'm like, yeah, that boy just got his ass handed to him, you know.
Well, we
Yeah.
never beat him. We just give a talking
I
to.
know you probably didn't hit him, but you probably gave him a good talking to.
I'll tell you a good recess. Now that reminded me of those Recessa Annies. Okay, so I think we bought that last load of Recessa Annies is after we sold our place up there. We're renting it, but
Mhm.
we're moving, so we caretake for those people that lived
Yeah.
on the lake. I said, okay, Jim, I'm gonna take the picture of the Recessa Annie over there on their nice wood floor. Let's just store it in their garage. We had like what 6 of them or something. I said because
Yeah.
nobody's gonna be around here. We'll just put them in their garage because we're moving anyway. We'll have them sold out. So I put them in the garage. And Jim's in Kentucky, we sell one. It's a huge snow. I mean, it's like snowmageddon up there. Okay. The freaking plow truck didn't plow the driveway open. This driveway is 3/4 of a mile long.
Oh, wow.
Jim's like, well, I got to get that Recessa Annie out of there and bring it home so I can ship it out. But we can't get in there. He goes, don't worry, Tara. I'm going to walk in there. He's walking in there with this pull behind toboggan sled thing. Anyway, so he's walking in there with this sled. He gets in there, loads up the Recessa Annie. I mean, big drifts. I mean, he's in snow, like maybe almost to his crotch in places.
Mhm.
So on the way out, he calls me up. He's like, Tara, I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to die. I think I might have a heart attack. I'm like, you can't have a heart attack in there. How the heck am I going to get you out of there? And we got stuff to do. You can't have a heart attack. So he would walk like 10 steps and then take a break. Because, like, well, Tom and Todd don't know what I'm talking about. But if you try to like hustle through deep snow, I mean, yeah, you'll really get the old pumper pumping
Yeah.
and stuff. He thought he was going to die. He still talks
It's
about that.
exhausting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you're up in over your knees in snow, you got to go slow because you will really get the old pump going.
Mhm.
Anyway,
I'm offended by that, Tara.
Tom, have you ever been in snow up to your crotch?
Back in 1992, there was 3 inches of snow.
Yeah, I've walked in snow where it's like when your leg goes in and you go all the way up to your crotch and now you got to go through it. Yeah, that is a workout. That's a cardio.
I remember before we moved, it was like right after we moved here from California, and we were looking at the house down the street, and we seen that there was a for rent sign and stuff, but the driveway hadn't been plowed or nothing, and so we'd go walking up there, and the snow is above my crotch.
Yeah,
that's how deep it was, and it's like, God dang.
Oh my God!
I really hope they don't get this much snow every winter. And Brandon's like,
Oh,
yeah.
You're cute, Sally.
But
Yeah, I worked at that racehorse farm, And we'd have to take those racehorses. They'd be up like doing layups and stuff. So some of them would get turned out. They had these individual turnout pens, but they were across the field where you just have a field with like, 10 horses in it. You had to go walk across to these, but it's open field. So you get this drifts and stuff. So the snow will
Yeah.
be up to your crotch. But now you got this crazy ass racehorse, which they don't walk like normal horses anyway, because they're dragging you around and shit. You got lip chain on them and stuff. So now you got this horse dragging you through the snow too. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That sounds horrible.
Oh yeah, there's a workout,
That's the reason I don't have horses, because with my animals, I just walk to the other end of the house and pour them some more food in the bowl, and I'm good to go. I don't have to go outside. I don't have to deal with.
That's because you're a crazy cat person, Tom.
I am, but I tell you what, now my cousin, my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, is the one that has all the horses. They talk about having to go down to the farm to feed the horses, and I'm like, there's a tier, because that's all you get, and you're the one that has all those damn animals, and you live 45 minutes away from where the farm's at.
No, they should live on the farm. That's the best.
Well, they're working on it, but I don't know whether they'll ever. If my brother's in perfect health, but I don't know whether he'll live long enough to have that place fixed down there, because he's just been busy with everything else. And you live on a farm, and anybody else that has lived on a farm, there is something to do on a farm every freaking day.
Keeps you young.
Just about every freaking minute of the day.
We're cutting firewood right now.
There's always chores.
I mean, my dad used to have a farm down in Conway, which is right outside of Myrtle Beach, and he had horses. He had cows, and we would drive down for the weekend, and we spent the whole weekend fixing fences, baling hay, all that kind of crap. And my mom's over there bitching. She says, I don't know why we have all these cows down here, because I can go to the food line and buy meat cheaper than I can buy, after all the expense. Because, raising livestock is expensive, especially when you're driving 3 hours and you have fuel costs and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's like, well, it gives me something to do. Take up freaking golfing.
Yeah, really. Joanne says that she's a former Minnesota resident and does not miss snow at all. She watched a plow work 8 hours one day to get through a snowbank on the county road.
Yeah.
8 hours. That is crazy.
Where I used to live, Jim was going to try to go up there last week one last time, and they got a bunch of lake effect snow, so they got 6 inches on the ground, and then because they plow the road, so then I don't want them to get stuck up there, and then I think they got like another 9 inches like Sunday to Monday. So
yeah, when I was on the show yesterday, I was showing my roads and stuff, because I was at work whenever I first got on, and like the main road was fine. It was just wet. But you go off onto, for me to go home, and the side streets, and complete ice. And I'm like, oh, look, they threw dirt just so you don't slide through the stop sign,
Yeah.
How sweet, That's all they're going to do, because this is going to stay a sheet of ice until it either melts.
Yeah, it's called hardpack. You learn how to drive on hardpack.
Oh, yeah.
We have dry roads or we have ice. That's
Yes, I will say ice is a lot worse here than like up north. I mean,
is it really? Ice?
Yeah, because it's like up north, like when it snows, you'll get cold weather, but the snow is drier, but it's warmer here. So when it does snow, it's wet snow, and then it freezes on the roads. You get a lot of ice in that. So I will say here compared to up north, like driving on snow is a lot more treacherous here than it is up north. And don't really plow here. So I mean, like last year we got that thing where we got like 6 inches of snow. I mean, yeah, you ain't going anywhere, because you got like these huge hills you got to go down, unless you want to go careening off a cliff or something. nobody goes
What's
anywhere.
that squeaking? Sound like somebody's killing a mouse.
Yeah,
Isn't that your
dog? It's a squeak toy.
Oh, I thought it was your dog, Todd.
Yeah, it's mine. It's Daisy's got a squeak toy.
You know, I have a neighbor he's from an hour and a half south of Nikki in Minnesota. And he said he was an hour and a half south of Duluth. When it snows here, they don't go out. And he says, I'm drive. You know, I learned to drive in 12 inches of snow. He said, you people have ice down here, and you just can't control a vehicle on ice unless you've got those studded tires. Is that what they're called? The tires with the little studs in them. They help grip.
You can't. Those aren't legal to have, I don't think.
Well, he said that's
Well,
the only
snow
thing.
tires
That's the only
have
way
a
you can
dress
control
that's
ice. But he's like, you fools can't drive down here when it's dry, more or less when there's a sheet of ice on the ground. And I said, that's the reason I keep my fat ass at home.
Well, I will say, like, in Eagle River, we get 12, 13, 14 inches of snow, and they get the plow trucks out. They don't cancel school or anything for that.
Well, you know, it's like Nikki, speaking of Nikki, Nikki's in the hospital. Y'all keep Nikki in your prayers. You know, she would push parking lots at schools all night, pushing the snow off of them. I mean, they can start thinking about snow down here, and they're already planning on using snow days and, you know, canceling school and whatnot.
Easy.
You know, I know it's funny to you people up there that's got, you know, from between January 1 and February 30th, you've got like 2 feet of snow on the ground.
I do think it's funny because I think of you like dressed in like a linen suit, sipping like a mint julep, buying your pre-mixed gas, you know, skipping across the parking lot.
I don't wear linen suits.
I can see you wearing them though. You know, like in the South where they wear like those linen suits and that.
My mom hated that stage because I would have been like 19, and I had my church suit was linen, and of course it had to be dry cleaned and it had to be pressed and all that kind of crap. But no, Tara, I grew. My teen years were spent cutting lines, property lines. I know I come across as this spoiled little kid.
You'll always be a Lord Fauntleroy to me, Tom.
But I cut survey lines during the summer from the time I was 13 till I was about 28, and then I started working in the office.
Well, that's
I cut survey lines. You know, I worked. I've not always been
a fancy lad.
You have the Southern gentleman thing that you've got going on here. I know what it is to swing a bush axe and a machete.
All right. I'm going to have you come up here and help me do that then, because I'm cutting firewood and clearing land right now.
Let me tell you something, honey. I walk into the den and pick up a remote and go, poof, and I have a fire in the fireplace. Get you one of those.
No, it's how we heat our house. It keeps you young. I don't mind doing it. Actually, I kind of enjoy it, which sounds sick, but.
I think I've told you, my dad had an fireplace insert made, and it was tied into the ductwork at the house.
Yeah, ours is too, but ours is an outdoor wood boiler.
And that's you would go. During the winter months, we'd go down to to my mom and dad's house, and all my kids are taking like shorts and t-shirts. As soon as they got down to their house, they were like going and changing into like shorts and their t-shirts and barefooted, and my mom's like, aren't you cold? And they're like, no, we're about to die. It's so hot in here.
No.
Because he would keep that sucker. He kept it hot all the year round.
It's always like 70, 71 in our house, you know, because like when you live up north, it's like, ooh, that's going to cost a lot, natural gas or propane if I have it up to 70. Shit, I live in 70 year round. When I air condition in the hospital? Yeah, I think, yeah.
Do what?
Is she all right?
Well, she got an infection in her foot.
Yeah, she's having some infection problem.
Yeah, well, I know that. They're not like taking her toe or anything, are they?
Yeah.
She said they might.
Yikes. Well, everybody keep her in your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Mike, are you keeping your fireplace stoked down there? Yeah. Y'all keep Nikki in her prayers because she's been dealing with this for a long time.
Yeah.
Mike says those outside wood stoves are the bomb.
Yeah, it is awesome. I mean, there was a fireplace in our living room, a freestanding one. We actually took it out and sold it. Because then I don't have to bring any wood in the house. I don't have any wood dirt in the house and stuff. It's awesome.
Back, I guess it would have been like in the mid-'70s when electrical prices just went through the roof. My mom and dad's house had those baseboard heaters throughout the house. They didn't have central heat. And my mom would fuss about. She'd walk into a room and she'd say, "Y'all need to keep," because each one of them had a thermostat on the front of them. And I was skinny when I was young, so I would always keep the heat turned up in my room. And she's like, "Y'all running up the power bill. Y'all need to keep these things down. Put on a sweatshirt and some socks."
Yeah.
But it's I mean, we've had some cold days. We had 32 a couple of times down here.
It was 29 here this morning. It was really nice this weekend. It was like 65. I mean, because I'm like outside Sunday. I'm like, look at this, Jim. It's December 5th or whatever it is. And we have t-shirts and I had shorts on and we're outside in t-shirts and shorts. This is amazing. But then, yeah, you get a big swing. And then we got a bunch of rain. Everything was flooded here for the morning. And then the temperature dropped.
For a while there, my boys would go swimming in my parents' pool. We'd have Christmas dinner and open presents, and then they'd go swimming in their swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it was an outside swimming pool. It wasn't inside, Tara.
Well, did they have a solar heater on it?
No. It just stayed so warm.
Yeah.
The water never got cold.
Because, like, I know, like, Jim's parents in Florida, they did have the solar heater on it, but, like, if you tried to swim it in January or February, because they never turned the solar on, it would be cold.
That's what I want. I want an indoor pool.
Well, it wasn't indoor. It was outside, but, you know, like in Florida, everything, they got, like, I call them bird cages. They got that whole, like, screened-in thing, you know, so the bugs and stuff can't get in it. Well, I will say, they moved here. That pool was cool when you went on vacation. You know, you wanted to go use the pool. It was cool. It was nice. Had lion fountains that would, you know, squirt into the pool, and then you had the hot tub on one side and then the regular swimming pool.
That's what I want is a hot really, that's what I want is a hot tub.
Yeah.
I have a hot tub. Anybody can have a hot tub. That's easy.
Do you have one of those inflatable ones?
No, I got one of those. What the hell is it called? Sun Spa or whatever. Ooh, I didn't like the way you said that, Tom. You got one of those inflatable ones, like.
Well, that came out differently than I meant it, because that's what a lot of people have them down here. They have hot tubs during the winter and then they take them down.
No, me and Jim might pop it. We have to have a regular fiberglass or plastic one, whatever the hell it is.
I keep trying to get my doctor to prescribe me one for my.
They don't have prescriptions for hot tubs. Just go on Facebook Marketplace. You find people are getting rid of them all the time. You have to move it. I mean, that's a pain in the ass.
I'd rather pay full price and have somebody come out and
my friend bought one, and she bought it brand new and had him set it up in her basement. I wouldn't set it up in my basement. But I mean, I think when she was all done, it was maybe like $4,000. It's not like it's, absorbent.
Yeah.
I like it outside because you can sit outside and look at the stars and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to sit in my basement. Cool. You know,
I went to Colorado skiing with a group of people one time, and it was snowing, and all of us are from the South, you know, and so we went out there skiing, and we skied today, and then went and had dinner, and all got into the hot tub because there's like 6 inches of snow all the way around the hot tub, you know, just like in the movies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you go back in time?
No, I didn't. I'm afraid to say I didn't.
Wasn't there a movie they all went back
Yeah, that is my favorite. I love that movie, Hot Tub Time Machine. It's funny.
Oh, that's it.
It's a pretty funny movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right, we're gonna shut it down for today. I got some stuff that's gotta be done, so we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Hope you have a good day. Thanks for coming. Bye bye.
Goodbye.